All right. Will you tell us your names?
Tom and Karen Dancison.
Okay. And how satisfied are you with your solar installation?
On a scale of 1 to 10, it's an 11.
Oh, great. That's great to hear. Does the Tesla Powerwall blend in with its surroundings? Does it?
Yes.
So it's aesthetically pleasing?
Yes, it is.
They went above and beyond to make sure that the power walls fit in. They could have used a bag of concrete. He probably used 10 bags of concrete to make sure the pad was well designed and it fit onto the side of the house so nicely. He treated our house like it was his house. When Ace Solar came in, everything seemed to be designed as though they were going to be living here, and it was going to be their solar system that he would want for his home and his employees would want for their homes. That's how it made me feel good.
Right.
And I mean, down to the conduit, down to the metal. If something had a mark on it or something, he turned or got something that didn't have a mark on it. I mean, they went above and beyond what I felt they really had to do to make it fit in nicely.
Okay. Other than the obvious, has the Tesla Powerwall done anything that you did not expect as far as your monitoring your electrical use or?
Yes, I didn't know that we would be able to see how much power went to the grid, from the battery. So the app is very usable, friendly, and yes, more than I expected.
Was it easy to set up the app on your phone?
Very easy to set up. And if there's a problem, if you call Tesla, they're very responsive and work to fix the problem as quickly as they can.
We had a recent power outage, the first one that we were home for, but they're in California or wherever they were, and we called in the middle of the storm without power.
Yeah, they're available 24/7.
And we got the power back on. I mean, it was just a matter of flipping a switch, it seemed. It wasn't too much. We were worried, but it worked out perfectly.
That's good. Would you recommend solar to other people if they asked?
Yes.
I certainly
Definitely.
would. Definitely. It was a very worthwhile investment.
Have you seen a big difference in your electric bills?
For example, one month was $550 and the next month was $94. So yes, big improvement.
On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the highest, how happy are you with Ace LLC Solar and why?
Extremely happy.
I'm going to give them a 20.
Okay.
Whenever we needed anything, any questions, the owner of the company, how often do you get straight through the mobile phone of the owner of the company? That's rather unheard of in this day and age, at least for a big business to do that. And this is a person who treated our residential home the same, and I know they do very big commercial jobs, hundreds of thousands of square footage and hundreds of thousands of dollars. They treated ours no differently than they would treat some big corporation. So personable, and took the time whenever we had any questions. They were there. He would send out people when we had issues. They were just, everyone on the staff, I think, is just from top to bottom. Everybody is tops. So what more can you say when there's no top guy? Everybody in his organization seemed to be the tops, in my opinion. We're very happy.
On that same scale, how happy are you with the job site organization, cleanliness of the Ace LLC Solar crew?
Get 20. These people, I felt they treated our property like it was their own. And I don't mean that in a bad way, I mean in a very positive way. They made sure everything was stored neatly. We had to wait some time for things to come in. They were concerned about where are they going to store these things on the property while we waited for a piece of equipment to be mailed or shipped from the West Coast. I mean, most people would just drop it in your front yard. These people said, where do you exactly want it? Because we don't want it to interfere with anything you're doing on your property. And they squared it off, they put it on pallets, everything was so neat. Everything that they did, it seemed to be, they were really conscious of keeping it neat and clean, and you couldn't even tell really much work was going on except when they were actually digging trenches. And then at the end of the day, it was cleaned, it was put back the way it should be. So I've never had a construction group come onto my property and do such major work, and it was like you didn't know they were there. So I couldn't say anything more. I mean, they should go into big construction and teach some guys how to really do the jobs, because there's a lot other companies can learn from how Ace Solar does its work.
All right, is there anything else you'd like to add, just about anything?
I would say I'm just very pleased. I was skeptical of solar at first. It's my wife who really did all the research. She's the brains of the operation. And we had another bid from another company, and tell them that story. That was...
Well, it was gonna be very expensive for 8 panels, probably as much as we paid for 48 panels. And they were telling us that 8 panels would power the whole house, where it would have been nowhere near enough.
And Chuck, the owner of the company, I mean, he has jobs going all over the state and in other states. My wife called him, what was it, Saturday
night.
Saturday night, he picks up the phone and starts going through and talking to us about concerns and things and everything else. And he was, here the next day? Or
Yeah, I believe so.
I think he came out on a Sunday and took a look at things. And he didn't badmouth the other company. He wasn't that sort of a guy. He doesn't do business that way. But he explained, he knew his numbers. He knew everything that you would hope somebody would know. I mean, it technically was well beyond me. But he sat and looked at what they were offering and just explained to us why that system wouldn't work and what needed to be done for a property like ours, and just took so much time. He never once looked at his watch. He was genuinely concerned, not so much that we would even, I think, he wasn't looking to sell us anything. He was looking, I felt, to protect us from getting taken for tens of thousands of dollars. That was his concern. His concern wasn't making a sale for his company, but to protect his neighbor, it's because we live in the same community. That's what I felt. And I said, that's the kind of person that I'd like to do business with. And so anyone who's considering solar, there's only one company that I would think of to use, and that's Ace. I mean, that's why they call them Ace. They're Ace. They're aces.